Greetings and welcome, gnomes and nomads. Welcome back to Castlegoat. And as promised at the very end of the last episode, we are going to get to work immediately on setting up the first part of our mechanical trap system, and that is the mechanical doors. Now, I need this block to be removed so I can place the gearbox down. As I mentioned previously, I have already run the axles. There we go. Now, what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to build mechanism, linkage, and gearbox. Now, we're going to want a malachite gearbox. Am I going to have to pull that away? Yes, I am. Damn. First, then, let's deconstruct the floor as well. Though, whilst they're doing this, I guess I could just go ahead and build the device, which is mechanical walls. We've got two mechanical walls. They're malachite mechanical walls at the moment. Eventually, these will be changed. We'll probably have platinum mechanical walls, I'm thinking, just, you know, to point out just how wealthy our kingdom is. Now, if I were to pause this, and then, there we are. If I show the axles and the devices underground, you can see the axles exist there. So, first, we want to build the linkage gearbox, get that built underground. Now, all of this will be controlled by this lever here. So let's get some time passing there. And as soon as that's built, we'll need to put the block wall back. Now these, because they're unpowered, should remain down. And as we can see, because there's no power traveling through that axle, it's fine. So as soon as these are done, we should be completely safe. And unfortunately, they decided to go to bed. Damn it. We want a wall out of basalt blocks, of which we have none. It seems that we've already used up the basalt block that we had lying around, damn it. Okay, there we go. We'll get that set up, and hopefully we're almost done down here as well. Look how much progress we've made with the bones. It won't be too much longer, I don't think, before we can get rid of all of that. Now, we do need that wall done, so I'm going to let them build that before I do anything else. Now, let's have a quick glance around the fort. Hopefully, our commanders, wherever they may be... Where are our commanders at the moment? I just don't know. That is a shame. But hopefully our commanders will now already be set up with their correct equipment. We're waiting on the serpentine floors in there. We have 2 new doors, and as it happens, we've just taken down 2 doors, so we should be able to just set these up. Oh, we want granite doors, don't we? Wow, that's annoying. I want a granite statue as well. So let's go and get that done. We'd like a granite statue. Where are you? There we are. We'll grab 2 for now. We'll just do the 2 doors. The 2 rooms first and foremost. I may need to puzzle over who's available to get everything else set up. Who needs these rooms based on their jobs? Because, again, we want people to sleep or have rooms where they work, rather than just any old place. Oh, wait a second. What's going on in there? Ah, yes. Let's deconstruct that floor, shall we? Remove floor. We don't want just some random dirt floor in there because we had to put a torch up. Now, we should be doing okay with food. Our mantlows are alright. Now, this is what we want to test. We don't yet have anywhere for... let's get that back going. For our watch person to be stationed, but then we don't have the trap set up yet anyway. So it's not that much of an issue just yet. But let's go ahead and pull this lever and see if it activates the mechanical doors. Now I need to watch over this so that they don't crush anyone, but I doubt they will. Hopefully when that goes up, there we go! Mechanical doors work and the gears are running. Okay, we're going to pull that back down. Total power for the system required is 81. Yeah, we've got loads of power. I think this is going to be enough to run pretty much everything we want. I would be very surprised if it weren't. But we'll open up the fort again. I don't like having the fort sealed off. But that is the first section of the trap there. Now, the next parts that we're going to be working on are probably going to be out here more than anywhere else. But for the time being, I think perhaps we could afford to get the walls set out. Now, I have some plans of how I'm going to decorate the outside of these walls. But the first step will probably be in building... Let's see... We want some scaffolding terrain that'll be under. And I would actually like 2 layers of scaffolding. We'll have one up here, one there, about there anyway, and finally one down here as well. And that will allow us to build the walls out properly, and also to cap off these walls as well. Now I'm thinking that the maximum height for this area will probably be on par with this wall here, so 3 tall, but I might actually make a central pillar one higher than that again, and actually have a sort of proper little watchtower made with a tiled roof and torches around it, just for aesthetics really. But I think it would actually look quite nice. Now, the scaffolding has been built, and for the longest time I honestly thought these were just spare planks, but they're not. It's what the gnomes walk on. Sometimes I'm just not practical. Right, we want to build some floors, and oh good, we've got some basalt again. Grand. And we also want to bring that down there. In fact, we kind of wanted to come all the way around here as well. There we go. And on this level, we will want... Well, first, we're going to want to build out one wall at a time, really. Block wall. Let's... Alright, well, the scaffold is there, so we can afford to do that in one go, and this in one go. Right, there we go. They should be able to get to that all by themselves. Now, we are starting to see our emu population rise, which is good because we've got an enormous amount of seeds from all of the mushrooms that we're dealing with. And actually, we've moved around some of the dirt as well, which is quite nice. Let's see, we've got plenty of springs in there. Now, what I think we should do is probably start... Look, ooh, what's happening out there? Nothing. What we should do is have a think of how we're going to set this up. Now, I'm going to need at least one more axle coming up and then a gearbox. So that's a given. An axle and a gearbox is going to be required. What I'm thinking of doing is building out a sort of tower section here with digging this back completely and having this sort of tower section just running alongside this wall. And then I'll have 2 statues, but underneath that will be an axle to a hatch. And also on this side, so I'm going to have 2 gearboxes. So an axle, 2 gearboxes, and a load of axles down there. I'll actually count how much when I pause the recording, and then I'll set that all to be made. But the axle here will run along there. And this is the tricky part, how I'm going to set up the power door and the pressure, the hatch. I guess one of the nice things about this is that power is transmitted through devices. So you'll notice down here, I haven't got a separate axle linking to this specific device. It's being transmitted from the side. And that's true of all devices. All devices transmit power, much the same way a gearbox does. So you don't actually need a gearbox if you have a device transmitting that power. So, given that I would like... If we drop them down here, where will that end up dropping them? Well, it's going to drop them on the ground, regardless where they go. But we need to specifically look at where this wall is. So there. Is that the wall? No, that's the wall there. Alright, so we can afford to have them drop anywhere in these 3 tiles. We can afford to drop them from that point. Okay. Actually, what I think I would like to do is have 2 separate directions of power. Okay, I've got a plan in my mind. We will actually have 2 separate parts of power. I would like this trapdoor to be... No. What I was thinking of doing is I'd have a trapdoor here and then a bunch of trapdoors there as well. That would be... opened up when someone stepped on the pressure plate, but unfortunately you can have a pressure plate work in 2 ways. You can have it powered until stepped on or unpowered until stepped on, and what I was planning there was basically having to have the pressure plate be in both modes at the same time, which obviously it can't be. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll have one trapdoor on this side that will be powered when these are powered. So when this lever is flicked, this will power up. So it'll be accessible from that point on. Otherwise, this whole trap section won't be accessible. But at the same time, power will be passed to a trap door, a pressure plate, which will lead directly into a wall section that, when stepped on, will block the way forward, but will also power another trap door to the side. So it will create a new access point. At that point, the goblins or whatever can try and walk across that access point, and hopefully it will dump them into the gladiatorial pit. That is the plan. So most of this area needs to be just an empty hole straight down. So I best start on that first and foremost then. So let's go ahead and dig ramp down. We'll dig all of that down. We're going to open this up to the ground below. That's going to be what we're going to work on. Sorry for the umming and ahhing there with you on camera, but I thought it might be interesting to actually see what I was planning as I was thinking it through. Now, once this is done, we're going to have to send this down even further. But it is getting on a little bit. I can't remember when the last time we got attacked with the goblins was, but it probably wasn't that long ago. Hello, Adsto. Coming out to help with the excavation. Good old Adsto. You can always count on him. Right. That should be good enough once Adsto is finished doing that. Unfortunately, Adsto is not particularly good at mining just yet. I'm sure will get better. Now we want to dig ramp down some more. Really? Can I not dig a ramp down there? Really? I can do it over there, but I cannot here. Oh, because it goes straight down into into the floor down there. Okay. Well, then let's remove the ramps, and then we'll simply remove the floor, and hopefully that will lead straight down. If not, then we'll need to dig a little bit more, but we'll just see how that's all set up for now. But progress is being made on all of the floor sections. In fact, this scaffolding can now be pulled down, so we'll get rid of that. And we'll soon see what the state of affairs is over there. In fact, you know, for the time being, I could simply build up the wall here with blocks and block off access to this area normally, and then I can just tunnel through over there and continue building then without concern of being attacked. The nice thing with all of these doors is that if they're attacked whilst I've got people working out here, it still gives me plenty of time to get someone to ring the alarm bell and get everyone indoors. And they won't have to cross the paths of the goblins in order to do that. So as soon as these walls are built, then we'll tunnel a hole through there. And from that point on, they can do all of their work essentially from within the fort. Right, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Let's deconstruct this wall here. Okay then. Now, whilst all that's going on, let's see about getting these rooms set up. So we want to build some stone doors, some granite stone doors, please. And we will want some statues as well. Got a lot of statues, actually. Now, these ones need to go in the corners. Okay, so what are these? These are orange wood cabinets and birch beds by the look of it. Okay, so we're going to want 2 orange wood cabinets, 2 orange wood dressers, and 2 birch beds. Want birch bed frames, birch beds. Where are the dressers? Make that out of orange wood, and make that out of orange wood as well. Okay. Once we've finished all of these rooms over there, I would be very surprised if there's anyone who does not have a room. But we may still build more rooms on this side in order to move more of the people who work in this side of the fort over. Because there are quite a lot of people now who work on the farms or work down here in the main production area. Because our clothier and our tailors, the people who work on the loom, also work down there. Weavers is the word I was looking for. Our bone carver, flesh smith, our butchers, our boothsmiths, and chefs. There are actually quite a lot of people who work in this section of the fort. Over here, we will probably have to start moving people out of these rooms as that happens, but that's fine. And slowly we will get things in order. And once we've actually moved quite a few people out of these rooms, I think I'll give these rooms the same sort of treatment. We'll expand them and we'll add more furniture so that everyone has got a nice place where they're currently bedding down. Now, how are we doing down here? We've still got quite a lot of bone to get sorted out, but we can, at the very least, clean the floor. There we go. Now, unfortunately, it's going to take a while before we've got enough emus and alpacas and other things to take their bones. And we do appear to have quite a lot of statues lying around the place. Our brick, which I'm a little bit surprised at. Alright. I think I'm going to pause the recording here, and I'm just going to let a little bit of time pass whilst we're getting everything built. And I'll also calculate how many axles and gearboxes and that sort of thing I'm going to need, and then we'll I'll set up the production order for those. So I shall bring you back when all of that is done, or when we inevitably get attacked by someone. So see you in a few moments. And welcome back. I've brought you back quickly for a little bit of trading, but specifically so that we can compare the returns on the rose gold statuettes that we've been making. Now, if you recall, rose gold statuette is made of 3 bars of gold and 1 bar of copper to get 4 statuettes. That's 4 rose gold bars and 1 bar per statuette. Now, at base quality, you get 250 for one of them, or you can get a little bit less if it's poor, or more if it's fine. You know, stands to reason. But, now, bearing in mind that to get 1 bar, you need 2 ore. And gold goes for about 180 gnome bucks per ore. So the gold costs alone are in the region of, well, you'd need 6 ore to make the 3 gold bars. And we're not even including the copper, because I'm actually mining that at this point. But it comes to a little over 2,000 gnome bucks for the amount of gold to make 4 rose gold statuettes, which, when sold at their base value, only net about 1,000. So it's quite a loss, quite a significant loss. I mean, if they were superior statuettes, then you'd probably be making a profit. But for now, I think we're going to hold back on buying gold. We may buy it for specific things that we want to make. For example, statues for the Great Hall. That would stand to reason. But we're not going to be buying it as a means to make money, because we just don't. So instead, I'm going to be applying all of our money into silver and iron ore so that we can finish up the silver statuette that I'm working on at the moment, and the rest can go into steel. So I just thought I'd bring you back just to see that bit of a trade there. We're selling all of the statuettes that we've got and the sapphire rings that we have as well. And that gives us a bunch of things that we can clean up. There we go. Now I shall pause the recording again, and I shall see you in a few moments. And welcome back. We have made quite a bit of progress. As you can see over here, we're currently resealing this wall. We've dug down a 3x3 pit into this area, and finally, as you can see down here, we have all of this. Well, there's 1 statue left to be placed, but the vast majority of this room is now complete. Once that statue is placed, I'm going to seal this off for the time being. We've also almost finished the main seating. We don't have the tables yet for those who wish to dine whilst they watch the goblins and mants battle it out to the death. But I'm also working on this area here. I'm starting to work on the second story of this area. We will have statues in these little alcoves there and there, but for the time being, we don't have the means to make the statues. You know what? I'll leave the scaffolding there for now. We do not yet have the malachite required to complete the construction of the gearboxes. We've actually, I've got a few stocked up, or rather queued up, but we've run out of malachite. So that's going to be quite important for us to trade in the very near future. However, we have now at least finished to the point that I can assign them these rooms. Though honestly, I would much prefer it if these were finished. Are you working on the orange wood dresses and things? In fact, let's how about we move these chairs down Yes, I think that would be quite clever. Let's get those dresses and cabinets made as a matter of priority. Ooh, you've got some sapphires there, which means that this area has been dug out. Haha, finally. Right, I need to very quickly fill this area in then. Now, I've sold an enormous amount of the dirt clumps that we had because, well, they were dirt clumps and they were cluttering everything up. But I have begun to seal off the areas down here. So the places where I don't really think I'm going to need anyone to go anymore, at least until I have a need of the stone that might be there, I'm going to seal these all off. So let's get that there and that there as well. And that should make this area a little bit easier to deal with. Oh, you're collecting something. Really? What on earth you collect? Oh. Oh, okay. I'll cancel that job then. For some reason, you're still collecting stuff from all the way over here. Craziness, I say. Let's clean that up as a matter of high priority. Is there anything else on this level? Can't see anything. But that honestly surprised me that there were still things for them to collect down here. My goodness. We are now backing up on seeds, so I've gone ahead and I've told the emu pasture to store as many emus as it can. I don't think... I was gradually rising it. Oh, there are Mants. Very well, let's send someone out to attack, shall we? Poisonous Ancients are already on the way. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. How many have we got? 1 there and 4 there. But we do have over 1,500 Mantlaws, so that isn't surprising at all. You're going to need to get in there quickly, though. Has things stopped? Alright, you've spotted the other Mants that were there. Fair enough. That's going to hurt. Why are you doing this on your own, you silly fool? There we go. Hopefully this will be fairly quick to resolve. But despite the fact that we've got 1,500 Mantlaws, they only sent 5 Mants. I think it's fair to say that Mants are no longer a threat to our kingdom. Not in the least. Let's get those doors replaced though. And then check that no one did die on our own traps or anything like that. No. We're good. Right, well, if you could just fix that up for me, I would be very thankful. And also, of course, carry the bodies away and reset the traps, if you would be so kind. There we go. But yes, I'm kind of liking the aesthetic that we've got in this hall. It will be nice when we've got some high value statues there. Maybe not silver ones, but perhaps rose gold even. Now, on the topic of rose gold, I checked the wiki for something, and that is, I was a little bit surprised by the low value of rose gold statuettes, and I found 2 things. Firstly, that when it comes to trade goods, the materials don't follow the sort of sequence of their rarity. For example, silver statuettes command one of the highest values. Platinum is still the highest, but silver is better than gold or rose gold, as it appears. Commemorative coins, though, are probably the best thing to make for just their base value. A rose gold commemorative coin is worth 1,000 gnome bucks. A platinum one is worth 2,000. So yeah, I think we're going to be going with commemorative coins for our trading purposes, and at that kind of price, it would make sense for me to buy the gold in the future. So I will actually do that from now on, and we will turn it all into commemorative coins and then sell those on. We are doing very well for prepared meals at the moment, and prepared drinks is quite frankly just crazy. But as soon as these are set up, we're going to have to go through all of this. Now, I think we've got Deathbot there. Now, Deathbot, if I recall, is a chef. Evelyn is a chef. Trichrono. Now, I don't believe they are. I think they may be boothsmiths. Yes, they're boothsmiths. Okay. Right. Well, I am going to assign these bedrooms to other chefs. Now, who else was a chef? We've got Liberal Eagle and Sockmond. You're both going to be getting these rooms. I'm going to be giving them out first and foremost to those who work very close by and perform workshop tasks. So that does unfortunately mean that our Beastmasters and our Druids, of which Aavak is one, will not be getting rooms as a priority. These will instead be going to people who work in the workshops nearby, especially those who work the very important jobs of boothsmith and chef. So there we are. Next, Sanant, I'm afraid this is going to be going to Trichrono. And Leo the Jester will also get this one. Now, who else is our other boothsmith? I know that Zimolf is a boothsmith. I'm afraid that you're going to have to give up your bedroom. But that is only right. The commander should lead by example. Actually, are you even a commander? I'm not sure you are. Yes, you are. You've got dual pistols, so you must be. Right. Who else is our boothsmiths? Hypothetical. Right, let's get you set up as well. Sorry, Alara. Please don't embark on some sort of campaign of hate towards Hypothetical. It's my fault, not his. Right, okay, so our boothsmiths are chefs. We've got 4 of each, and honestly, that's pretty much all we'll ever need. Having 4 means that I can afford to have some who are in the irregulars, and I believe I may have some in the irregulars. I will have to double check that, but the reason why I've got 4 is so that if I have to have some stationed as part of the military, then it's not going to radically impact on our ability to perform the necessary jobs around the fort. Ideally, I want always to have 2 active chefs or boothsmiths. That is, that they're not assigned to some other task. Because one of them could be asleep. It's unlikely that both will be asleep at the same time. Now, for the next job, let's get another personal quarter set up. How much is this worth? 529? No, it's actually a little bit lower than some of the others. Now, I'm thinking that ArchXL is one of our our flesh smiths. Let me just double check that, because I can't remember who your companion is in flesh smithery. ArchXL and Sanans. Okay, so this room will be Sanans because they operate the butchers and they operate the bonesmith, which is now no longer suspended. So that will hopefully be bringing us in significant amounts of trade goods. So it stands to reason that they should have decent rooms. But that means that all of these rooms needs to be made, and in fact, I will be going ahead and making a bunch of rooms along there as well. But first, let me just get this wall made. Let's see, block wall. There we go. All right. Now then, we have run out of serpentine, so I'm going to have to buy some of that, it appears. But for the time being, 1, 2, 3. It looks like, oh, actually, I've swapped them around. Damn, because this is in the middle, it's messed up the pattern. Oh, well, we'll just go with this. It may burn my eyes, but, this is the price of having an irregular shaped area. But there we go. We'll mine this area out, ready for future rooms, I think. Go. That'll be enough. Actually, will we need it to be... Yeah, we will need that to be done like that. Okay, so that'll give us another 4 rooms. So in total, we'll have 8 new bedrooms ready to be made up. We need another 8 stone doors, granite stone doors. Okay, oh, wait. Was that correct? Yes. And we'll also need 8 granite statues. You do not want that one. Right, okay. Have they placed that? No? Really? Kinda surprised. Do we just not have the last statue made? Oh, sure we did. Yes, we've got 2 brick statues. Why are they not being moved? 0 nomads have arrived. Alas! I probably should actually get on to making some more statues for the Great Hall, really. Let's get that statue placed again, just to make sure that it does actually kick in and they realize that I've got a job for them. So there we are. And straight away they realize there's a job for them. Okay, well in that case we can actually close off that wall section as well. And we'll use basalt wall for now. We will probably open this area up as a bit of a shooting range in the immediate future once the trap is set up. But on that note, we have all of the chairs made. And we are now starting work on these bedrooms, which I'm very happy with. Ah, there we go. It is made. Now, this one went to ArchXL, so this one needs to go to Sanans. And we'll finish things off by reassigning some of the now empty rooms over on the other side. There's Sanans. There we go, Sanans. You now have a room. Right. Now, there should be a couple of rooms available over here, I think. Hopefully. Let's see. Tamiz. Sheelab. Tappenbuck Jester. We wouldn't want to take his room away. That would be very bad times indeed. Really? Can't find who had the rooms. Wow. It looks like I may have overestimated how many of these rooms were assigned. Oh, well, fair enough. It appears that we won't be getting them set up anytime soon. So unfortunately, we're still waiting on rooms then. But we are slowly getting to the point where these guys are going to have some really, really nice rooms out here. I'll set up the tiling off screen. And for the time being, we're waiting on the construction, or rather the acquisition of more malachite so that we can continue making the gears ready for this area. But we are now getting very, very close to having everything set up for the trap system. But I'm going to leave it at that. So I do hope you've enjoyed this episode. I hope you will be joining us in the next. But until then, and as always, from myself and all of the gnomes at Castlegoat, do take care.